Good morning, everyone. Welcome to ProSeek Training Center. We can say Facebook Live seminar. Most of you have a question in mind: what to do? What will be your career post COVID once it is gone? Because at this moment you are able to see or you are listening to all the negative news about the people losing their jobs. Okay, and students not getting a proper education because of this lockdowns. The government exam dates are also being postponed very often, and even in some parts you may have heard about IT people also getting fired. So this webinar goal is to understand what will be opportunities in the field of cybersecurity post COVID. Okay, you may be a student who is at this moment studying, and you may be worrying about your future. Okay, what will be my career, which field I have to go, which field is safer? Because we have seen during this corona crisis there have been certain fields which some people may have thought it is a very good option to go ahead, but that was not the case. So as a student or as an experienced professional, maybe you are working in a private firm, maybe you have an experience about 2 to 3 years, or maybe you are a professional with a 5 to 6 years of experience. So what career option, what is the next step to take? Is cybersecurity a correct field for you? If it is a correct field, then what are the different positions which are available in the cybersecurity field? And then we will see what it is. So today our focus will be to understand why cybersecurity will be your option, and then why cybersecurity is an option, and also what are the skills which are needed to start your career in cybersecurity. Oh, you may think that okay, fine. So I am good at communication skills at this moment. So can I learn technical skills? What are the technical skills should I focus on from now on? Because I'm anyway working from home, or you're sitting in home. There is no college. You're just don't know what to study. So what skills are needed there? And if at all there are some industrial certifications which you have to write, what are those certificates? Okay, those things we will see. So where have we come here? What is the current situation at this moment? The current situation is at this moment is you have to go and grab the opportunities, but not to wait for the opportunities to come to you. So you have to evolve yourself, just like a Darwin's theory, which says that the survival of the fittest, or survival of the people who tend to adopt to the changes. For example, you can see this analogy which I have given here. The birds have evolved. They know that they have to survive. They have to eat that food which is waiting there, but it is still hiding inside, right? So what did they do? They improved, they evolved, and they improve their beak size so that they can catch the prey. So in the same way, we may be having a little skill set and the opportunity is waiting for us. So we have to go and grab that opportunity, because this is the times, it is a historical time. No one expected this. Every human being on planet is affected by this, but who would survive? That is the question. If you have a zeal, I'm strong, I want to survive here in this one, I want to get out of it, I want to get out strong. So is cybersecurity a correct field for me? And you are also seeing these things every day in the news, that India is heading towards an economic recession. We hear about it, isn't it? Because these days, even the media is more focusing on the negative news rather than on the positive aspect. Even if you, anytime you open a news channel, you would see only the negative news, that how people are losing their jobs, how industries are coming down. Okay, so we will try to find out, is there a connect between what we are studying in the college or in our professional life, and how are you going to improve or connect your skills so that you will land in your next best job. So what are the industrial relevant skills which are needed? Or in fact, before answering that question, let us try to understand which are the industries which are most affected by COVID-19. Which are the industries which are most affected by COVID-19? Or maybe we can say which have got opportunities. Instead of saying in a negative way, let's go to the positive. Let's not be the same news channels here. Let us try to focus on the positive aspect of it. So healthcare is one industry which is booming at this moment because of this pandemic situations. Like everyone is in the race of finding out the vaccine, the best vaccine, the most safest vaccine. You might have heard about even the best industry like AstraZeneca, who are in collaboration with others. They are trying to develop the vaccine, but suddenly it has been halted because of side effects which they have faced, right? And other pharmaceutical companies or other countries which need this vaccine, okay, they employ hackers to hack into these pharmaceutical companies and grab those formulas, grab that research data, so that they will be ahead of others. So healthcare industry and pharmaceutical industry, they need to protect themselves from these cyber security hackers. It is no longer a world where the thief will actually have to go to the bank and loot the money. It's a virtual world, it's a digital world where the thief, the cyber security hackers, they can be anywhere. So healthcare industry and pharmaceutical industry, they need to protect themselves from these type of malware attacks. Believe me, I have visited a lot of organizations. I have audited them. They are the best defense organizations. Still I find a lot of vulnerabilities in their networks. I'm not going to name those for security reasons. Even the biotechnology companies which I have visited, they still have a lot of loopholes because most of the times they focus on their own business. They do not focus on the securing their critical infrastructure. They do not know what is the critical infrastructure, some of them. Okay, so they want skilled professionals to handle data for them. And now there is one more organization which is not affected by this coronavirus, that is defense. You might have seen recently, just 2 days or 3 days ago, India has acquired, you know, those fighter jets, Rafale fighter jets from France. You might have heard about it. Okay, so people are investing more and more money in the defense because everyone is, has become such a kind of an intolerant. The economies are going down. The government has to, make sure the people are trusting them. And even you have seen the crisis in the Lebanon, what happened there, right? So more and more people are investing in defense, and defense is a huge market for cybersecurity professionals. There's a huge demand. Believe me, I have been in US and in the UK. I have my friends in the UK, sorry, in the US, and I have worked in the UK. The cybersecurity professionals are paid per day nearly 25,000 rupees per day. 25,000 Indian rupees per day. That is the demand they have in the defense. And when we come to the IT industry, now IT industry is like, uh, you know, it's like a liquid. IT industry is like a liquid. You fill that liquid in any container, it will take the shape of the container. That is how IT industry will allow it never go down. IT industry is to stay here forever. And you might have heard about it. So IT industry, people are losing jobs. Yes, people are losing jobs. Now people, whenever the IT industry finds people are not having enough skills, they have not upgraded themselves for a long time. They are due with the upgradations. The IT industry does not carry that excess baggage with them. Remember that. They want more skillful people, the people who are having a good attitude to learn. It's not a government, old kind of a job where once you have certain skills and you have to, with the same skills, you will, do your job for 30 years. It's not like that. Times have changed now. And no offense to the government jobs, by the way. Even the government jobs in India, they have been going through digitization here. There is a huge demand for government employee trainings in cybersecurity. And then telecommunication industry. Now, telecommunication industry, 5G is evolving here. Now, you will find that out of 10 people, at least 8 people are connected to the internet through their mobile phones because of this telecommunication 4G cellular networks and 5G cellular networks, and even there is a technology called IPv6. Because of this IPv6, we are able to connect so many mobile devices to the internet. Okay, and these telecommunication networks, they have to protect the data which is going out of your mobile phones. All the mobile applications, whatever you are using, they must be protected. Your data, your personal data, whatever selfie photos you take, they must be protected. Cyber security. So this is the only answer for all these industries, either telecommunication or IT or defense. You take pharma, healthcare, whatever you take, cyber security is the only answer which can protect all these industries. And these are the industries which will live forever. It's not like a travel industry. It's not like a aviation industry which has went down. You have seen what happened to the travel industry, aviation industry, or in fact, hotels or restaurants or food industry. They may come up, but that's not a foolproof. That's not recession proof. We are here today to talk about only the recession proof career. So what exactly is cyber security? Let's talk about that nitty gritty now. Cyber security refers to a set of techniques which are used to protect the integrity of the networks. What is a network? A network is a communication between two or more devices with each other, sharing information with each other. You may be sitting in your home, you are connected to your Wi-Fi, that's a network. You may be sitting in your office, you are also connected to your office network. You are uploading and downloading some files to your server, that's a network. So you have to protect these networks from hackers who are ready to steal your data. So how are you going to protect it? So we use some technology devices like a firewalls, IDS. IDS means intrusion detection system. IPS, intrusion prevention systems. These are the advanced technology features which are protecting our networks. So this is cyber security. Cyber security is using this technology, that is firewall, IDS, IPS, and all those things to protect your network. And how are you going to protect your programs? What are your programs? For example, whenever you create a software for your own business, customer data is there, customer phone numbers are there. When customer is making a payment, okay, you have to store his data with you. So how are you going to protect these programs or software, and how are you going to implement them? Implement a security on them using antivirus. As an example, I am giving you. And let me tell you here, there is no antivirus which will protect a program 100%, or it will give a 100% security to any of these programs. And then we'll talk about the actual data. So imagine you are sitting in a bank and you have got, confidential data about a customer's accounts. So obviously you might go and see, when you go with a check to the bank, the banker will verify the check signature with his own database. So he already has a signature photo in his software. He's going to verify your check signature and he's going to verify the signature in the software, and he's going to compare that. That means what? The signature of the customer is a sensitive data. So that data is in his computer. So that data has to be protected, or that data has to be prevented from getting lost. So there are a certain set of softwares called as DLP softwares, or data loss prevention softwares. So How is this relevant to cybersecurity career? Well, my dear friends, when you have a knowledge or when you get your skills upgraded to learn this, networking, how does a firewall work or how to use this firewall to protect a network, or how does this data loss prevention software work or DLP software work, how to protect or how to use this DLP software to implement protection on the data, and when an attack happens, how are you going to predict that an attack would happen, and how quickly will you react or counter attack or defend yourself from the attacks. So there are a certain specific specialized tools called as SIEM tools. SIEM stands for Security Incident and Event Management Tools. So these are the vital things which are required, the skills which are required to use them once you want to start your career in cybersecurity. Believe me, if you know what is a network, if you know what is a virus, okay, how to analyze that virus, if you know how to prevent data loss or how to use these tools called data loss prevention tools, you will become one of the most wanted, you know uh, most prospective employee for any employer. If you know any of these skills, you need not know all of them, you need not know all of them. Even if you know out of four at least two skills, if you have, that's enough, you can start your career. Now I'll tell you one more big reason why people want to protect themselves. In 2016 September, that's about 4 years back, it's the same dates as what we have seen a biggest attack, a cyber security attack on a European data center. It was a hosting data center, and the attack was very planned, very planned attack. So the hackers, they have actually hacked nearly 1,50,000 IoT enabled devices. Now what is an IoT enabled device? I'll give you an example here. Now these days you get ACs which you can operate on from your mobile phone. These days you will get set top box in your TV. You can record that program from your mobile phone even if you are not in your home. You can switch on or switch off the lights with your mobile phone apps. So what are these household appliances which can be even a camera? What are these devices? What is the specialty about them? All these devices are connected to internet. So these devices have become smart devices. So these are IoT devices. Now everyone is in a race to manufacture these devices. Yeah, I'm going to manufacture a light, tube light, which will be connected to the internet, and you can control the tube light, you can control the speed of the fan using mobile app. That is so looking sci-fi. But in that process, most of the manufacturers, they are forgetting to secure the code whatever is written in these devices. So hackers are going to take the opportunity to exploit these IoT devices. Once they exploit these IoT devices, what are they going to do? Is there any data in the IoT device? No, there is no data in the IoT device. But they are going to use these IoT devices to attack another device. Let us say there is a bank server. So these hackers will use these IoT devices and attack them, so that whenever the law enforcement agencies are coming into the picture, they would go back to different type of IoT devices, but not to the actual hacker. Okay, this has been proven. So this was an attack with 1 terabits per second speed, the highest attack. This is called as distributed denial of service attack or DDoS attack. Real news, closer home, you might have heard about this organization called Cognizant. And Cognizant has experienced a ransomware attack. What's a ransomware attack? A ransomware attack will focus on encrypting your data, your precious data. Just imagine suddenly if you open your mobile phone and your pin is not working, your face your face biometric is not working to unlock that phone. No matter what you do, you'll not be able to unlock your phone. Then suddenly you get an email. You will check in your laptop or anything that someone has actually hacked your mobile phone, and to give the correct pin he is asking you money. See, someone changed your pin and he is asking you money to give that original pin. If you are not going to get the original pin, what will happen? All your data is logged. You want your data here, isn't it? So that is a ransomware attack. Ransomware means you lock the data with a key, and to give that key you are going to ask money. The hacker is going to do that, not you. Okay, hacker is going to lock your data with a key and he will take that key with him. To get that key to unlock your data again, you have to pay him some money. That is ransomware. So Cognizant has spent, they have lost about 70 to 80 million US dollars recently because of this ransomware attack. So let's talk about the career in cybersecurity. So according to Forbes, the Forbes is a very big, magazine. The global cybersecurity market is expected to reach about 170 billion by 2020. That is a huge demand. They did this survey in 2019. Now the date has changed to 2021. Actually, the number did not change. It has actually increased a lot. There is a number of, the huge number of demand for cybersecurity professionals, provided you are ready. Technology trends. These days, everyone is working from home, isn't it? Yeah. Earlier, they used to work in a controlled environment in their own office, where easy to protect the data because everyone will be behind a firewall. Then they are protected. But now they are working from home. That is in their own devices, maybe sometimes. So they have to connect through VPNs, and the organizations will also have to make sure that the employees are aware of IT security, that they are not recording the data, customer data, with their own mobile phones, and they are not selling it off. The source code is to be protected. So most of the employees have shifted their infrastructure to cloud, where cloud is a space where they can protect it. All the employee has to do is connect to the cloud, and there will be a virtual computer inside the cloud which is going to work. There is no real computer now. The computer itself is a virtual computer called VDI. He has to connect from his computer to that VDI, and then he is supposed to work there. He cannot save any data in his local computer or personal computer. That's a trend, isn't it? Who will understand all these things? Again, it is cybersecurity people who are needed to make sure that this is happening according to the security policy. And then compliance with stringent data protection mandates. Compliance means what? Agreeing to certain standards. For example, in India, always the government recommends its own public sector organizations with certain norms. For example, let's say if there is a defense organization, all the employees of the defense organization cannot bring a pen drive or a mobile phone with a camera. They can bring a normal phone but not a mobile phone. Now, if there is a router which they are using, the router must have disabled all these settings. So these are the recommendations which the central government is going to give to all the defense or all the government public sector organizations. So that is a compliance. Okay. Now, if you want to open your new bank, now RBI will give you some guidelines and data protection policies which you have to follow. If you are not following those policies, then you will not be given license to run your banking business. Now, all these businesses, bankers, what they do is, okay, fine. So I want to employ some professional who can do this job for me, who will understand this language of data protection, Okay, I'll pay him some money, he will do that job for me. Who are these people? Again, cybersecurity professionals. So as long as we have banks, bankers need cybersecurity people again here. In Europe, why we are talking about Europe when we are in India? In Europe, we have a law called GDPR, General Data Protection Regulation. It's a regulation. Basically, every European company, whenever it is using the public data, it has to make sure that it is meeting the standards of GDPR. Okay, so when Indian software companies, they have clients in Europe, which it is, because when you are using a Samsung mobile phone, obviously there is chances that Samsung is also having an office in Europe, isn't it? So you have to work with the European data also. Then you have to understand this GDPR or all the regulations in the Europe. Again, how will you learn? Cybersecurity only. Then ISO, you might have heard about the name ISO. ISO 27001 is one norm, okay, which is mostly focusing on how to protect information, how to secure the information in various organizations. This is called ISM. So, what are the primary skills for a cybersecurity professional? You must have good communication skills. What is the meaning of communication skills here? Communication skills is not only speaking skills. You must also have good written skills as well and analytical skills also, some common sense also. Okay, that is good etiquette, good English speaking skills, and good written skills. This is mandatory because whenever in cybersecurity, what happens is whenever something bad happens, whenever an incident happens, you are expected to write a report about that incident. What happened, which device was affected, how much data was affected, what is the amount of monetary loss or risk, and is there a possible way to recover from it. So this is the report they are expecting you to write. Not all the positions are writing these reports, but there are few positions like auditor, okay, or a forensic engineer is there, cyber security forensic engineer, they are supposed to write this thing. So communication skills is very much needed here. Now there will be some positions in cyber security field called analysts, security analysts or malware analysts, who will get a job in antivirus companies. What are the antivirus companies? McAfee, Norton, Symantec. Okay, so these are some of the examples of antivirus companies. They employ cybersecurity professionals who can analyze the virus and write a code to identify that virus in a file and remove that virus from that file. This is called malware analysis. So that requires again certain programming skills. Let us say if you are already a programmer, if you are employed as a programmer, maybe you know Java, you know C, C++, and all those things, or even assembly language will help here. Okay, you can get a career in the cybersecurity field. Next, see, you may not have programming skills. Somebody, whoever is listening here, you may not have programming skills, but if you are having good communication skills, you can opt for an auditor job. You need not go for technical things here, right? Where writing is your forte. For example, risk analysis as management. What is a risk analysis? Let's say you are acumed, or you have a very good acumen for analyzing the loss. Okay, what if we lose this data? How much monetary loss are we going to have? How much trust loss are we going to have? For example, a bank, suddenly there is a news coming out in the newspaper that the bank has been hacked and all these debit cards and credit card information is open in the public. So obviously the bank will lose a trust from the customer. So that's a risk. So analyzing the risk is very, very important, and a cyber security professional, okay, called as a information security manager's job is to analyze the risk and put the money in security controls, which firewall to purchase or which encryption software to purchase. Okay, how much data I have which I have to protect. That is really, really important. Understanding the network protocols, again this is towards the size of a technical things here, network protocols, like TCP, IP, okay, how TCP will work, how UDP work, what are the ports, okay, what is the segment, packet frames, and all those things must be understood clearly. Then security principles, basic principle like confidentiality, integrity, or authentication, availability, all those things. Now let us see what are the different positions which are available in the market. Okay, so security analyst is the one position. This would be for an entry level analyst. Let's say you're a student, you have studied some, you have taken some training in one institute, and you have studied about basics of, you have knowledge about networking, you have a little knowledge about Python programming, you have little knowledge about penetration testing or some hacking computers, okay, and wireless networking. Then you can get a job as a security analyst. Then, okay, fine, do we really have this position? Is it real, or just I'm writing it for the sake of this discussion? No, I'll show you here. If you are able to see the screen, this is Naukri.com. This is Naukri.com, and the job which I have searched here is, you can see here, security analyst, information security, and you see the number of positions. Nearly, it is showing 12,717 results related to security analyst. Okay, of course, with various experience levels all over the India. Okay, and you can also see the packages, which the salary here, you can see the salary 10 to 15 lakhs, 15 to 25 lakhs, 25 to 50 lakhs, and so on. This is the packages. Okay, and top companies which are hiring the security analysts, you can see here, Accenture, CGI, Cognizant. Of course, when someone is hacking you, you need people to protect yourself. Yeah, so Cognizant, and then IBM. And see, is it necessary for you to have a BTech degree in this one? No, you can just have any science degree should be enough. Here they see the skills, most important. All right, so okay, fine, this is good. Then if I let's say if I click one job, let's see what is the skill set which is needed here. So if you can read here, perform IT risk assessments for various enterprise projects. Okay, manage risk management, I told you, isn't it? And then they're also saying here the skills which are required here. Okay, pursuing the certifications. They are not saying that you have to pass the certifications. They are saying even if you pursue the certifications, that is Security Plus, CISSP, CISA, CISM, that is enough. All right, so let's talk about a different job here again. Let's go to another company. Now the skills would vary depending upon the experience here. Now this one, they are asking for security analyst who has knowledge about Python, C Sharp, Java. See that? So even if you have a little idea about these things, okay, so if you get trained properly, then you may land in a good job here. And then they are also asking strong understanding of firewall, see, OSI model, networking concept. This is what I have told you. Okay, so we at the ProSeek training, we have done a very good amount of research in the skill set which is required by the industry, and we have designed a very beautiful program where in 60 days, you will learn most of the relevant skills which are needed for you to become employable, no matter in whichever position you are at this moment. You may be a fresher, you may be a professional, or whatever you are. ProSeek Training Center will give you all those necessary skills, relevant skills. It's not some institute on the just they are following one ethical hacking certificate. No, nothing like that. We have done a good amount of research in the industry. We know what skills are needed there, and we give appropriate training to you. Okay, and we also give you assistance in the placements as well. All right, so let's talk about here other skills. I'll not talk about all those things here. I'll talk about the most relevant ones. So here you can see again security analyst, then incident responder. Incident responder is a person who continuously monitors the events which will happen in an organization's infrastructure and the data, and then he is going to file a ticket, or maybe automatically a ticket is generated, he is going to investigate in that. And then a security administrator is a person who has the skills in configuring a firewall or hardening a server according to the norms which are set by the any industry. Healthcare industry will have its own security norms. Okay, so security administrator must understand what are those norms. And then you have a security a vulnerability assessment, or a cryptography, or a forensics expert. A forensics expert is a person who will investigate into the details. See, you might have been recently looking at the news about a film actor. Okay, so they are analyzing all his digital information, like for example who he has sent the recent messages to, how many calls did he do. They are taking his mobile phone, and then they are trying to analyze what messages he might have deleted, and when was the last message sent, or did he take any videos or photos or anything like that. This is the job of a forensic engineer, to collect as much digital evidence as possible. So in cybersecurity, you we have opportunities even for the people who have this interest. That we don't want to do a regular job, you want to do this investigation kind of a job, then there is an opportunity even for you. Now if you are an experienced person in the IT, maybe you got about 10 years of experience in the IT, who is listening to this seminar right now, then you can get into this cyber security field to become a security manager, or you can also become a chief information security officer by doing certain certifications. Then the most sorted, the most demand cyber security jobs are penetration testing jobs. Penetration testers are employed in order to test their infrastructure as if some real hacker is hacking their network. For example, if a real hacker would hack a network, he is going to use certain tools to hack a network. So hacking is only possible if there is a weakness in that particular system, which could be a network, or which could be a server, or anything like that. Now penetration testers, they hack into the computers and try to find out the vulnerabilities, that is loopholes in the system, and then they will advise the organization, yeah, we have found out that these 10 servers are having trouble, so this could be hacked by a hacker. If a hacker would see, definitely these are going to be hacked. So what is the solution you have to do? Okay, so that report is generated by the penetration tester. He is going to test them, he is going to test the websites. For example, there is a data leak from many of the websites, even the UPI payment gateway, there was a data leak recently. Who reported it? Again, a penetration tester has reported that. Even if you are not getting employed anywhere also, if you learn the penetration testing skills, there is a huge number of independent programs called as bug bounty programs. You join one of these programs, which is free online programs, like Facebook has their own page. If you report a trouble in the Facebook web page, for example, you have found out that there is a problem with certain code in the Facebook, of course, is not going to give you the source code, but when you find out in a web page there is some problem, it is not working properly. If you report that, and if the Facebook will find that yes, this is true, we agree with you, there is a problem with this, then they are going to pay you money. This is called as a bug bounty program. Microsoft has it, Google has it, even Tesla has it, right? So you can earn money if you just have the skills. Of course, it's a very good thing that you get employed somewhere. All right. So this is the hierarchical order in which the career in cybersecurity would look like. The highest will be the CISO or Chief Information Security Officer, and then next to the hierarchy is a security architect or the manager. Then comes optionally security auditor and security control. These people do not belong to the same organization. Usually these people will be employed as a third party. That is, you are running your organization, you want someone else to give a report on your organization, what it is, right? And then you have forensic consultant. Again, he's a consultant. Whoever is consultant, he may not be your employee. So these are the various, again, same levels depending upon where you want to land here. You can directly go and become a security analyst as a start, or you already are a network engineer, you can become a security administrator by learning about firewalls, a security engineer or a penetration tester. All right. So as I told you, a security analyst, if you are a student, you might have question, okay, fine sir, all is good, but if I start learning skills, okay, so how much salary would I get, and what are the skills which are needed here? So you must have basically good communication skills. You must have an idea about how to encrypt the data and how to decrypt the data, and you should also have an idea about what is identity management is, and you should also know how to secure the transport protocols. That you should have an idea about what is HTTPS, what is TLS, okay, how does it work, how to break it, when does it break, whether it is working good or not, those things. 0 to 1 years experience, the minimum salary would be 3 to 5 lakhs depending upon your skill set, and if you are doing industrial certifications, that's a very good added advantage. Now, security administrator, what are the skills needed? You must know what is operating system, network security, wireless security, a little bit of mobile security, that would be really good, okay, and expert knowledge and understanding of information security practices and policies. So what is a good best practices which are employed, what are the different standards, what are the different frameworks, okay, you must have that knowledge. Then 5 to 10 lakhs is what you can expect as a security administrator. This is what is being paid in the industry. Okay, then penetration tester. A penetration tester will or must have an understanding of certain tools which are used. For example, burp suit. Burp suit is the most commonly used tool for testing web applications or VAPT. Okay, then mobile application testing. Then you should know what is a secure code best practices or encryption technologies. Then this is the experience. Now here some of the organizations, they are really broad, that is, they even sometimes employ people even if you are not having, you know, academic degree also. Even if you are +2, you have skills, you can do the testing for them, you are in. Yeah, India is evolving. It's not like, 10 years ago only if you are having a minimum degree you are supposed to get a job. Nothing like that today. But not all the companies are doing it. Most of the startups, they are happy to do that. And then if depending upon where you stand today, like if you are a fresher, a college degree is there, you are learning or taking a training here, then you can start with a 3 to 5 lakhs of package. Now if you have already some experience, and that too if you have learned in your college some cyber security subject or topic or degree, then with, you can start around 10 lakhs. Then you have a certification with experience, you can start at 12 lakhs. Okay, information security analysts, okay, they can even demand, if they have experience, up to 15 lakhs today's market. And these are the certifications, which you have to study or at least prepare for, okay, to be at a level of what is in demand here. Now, what exactly do we do in the ProSeek Technologies? See, we go from the cyber security foundation course, which is for 30 hours. In this foundation course, we will start from the scratch. We will assume that you do not have any idea or any knowledge about cybersecurity. Okay, we will teach you basics of networking, we will teach you basics of operating system, and we will also teach you basics of wireless networking and all these things for 30 hours. Just fundamentals, nothing else. What is a virus, what is a malware, what is an antivirus, how to install that antivirus, okay, how to secure an operating system of your own personal operating system if you are using, how to secure yourself personally, how to be not a victim of a social engineering. So that we will teach you here in the cyber security foundation course. So you will become aware of what is IT security means in this one. Then comes cyber security professionals. Cyber security professional is the next level, next module. In this module we will be learning mostly about the tools. You will actually design a network from the scratch. You will actually install some servers from the scratch, and you will use different types of tools, like for example Kali Linux. In the Kali Linux we have many tools. So which tool is relevant for which purpose? Here we are also going to teach you how to hack, but legally. That means we are going to have a virtual labs here where you can practice your hacking skills, or you can become a penetration tester or anything like that here in this one. Okay, then cyber security expert is the next level of this course, the third module of this course. Okay, so here you are actually going to do the real world, whatever is done in the real world. For example, the actual job skills, how to test a web application penetration testing, how to use the burp suit, how to find out vulnerabilities in a website, how to find out the vulnerabilities in a operating system, and how to write a report. Those things will be taught in the cyber security expert module here. So this is the 3-level modules. So whoever is joined and completing all these 3 modules, okay, you will also be given a job assistance also, provided you meet our basic standards. Like for example, you have to clear some exams with us. You should show you that you have learned whatever you have learned, you will be able to implement and remember them. We can even conduct a similar kind of a live session, a technical live session, where we will be, we can give a session on how to hack, how actually, what are the tools which are used here, how they actually work. Even technical sessions would be done. Please let us know in the comment section your feedback about this.